You're the kind of defective loser that does not belong here. Hey, maybe they have a discount for folks with prosthetics? It has been a month since my sister with a prosthetic arm started working at the factory making screws. Today is special. She is treating me at a fancy restaurant with her first paycheck. But as luck would have it, we run into her boss, Mr. Johnson, treating her like damaged goods. Jack, seeing my sister hold back tears, I am fighting the urge to knock this guy's lights out. Instead, I tell him in an icy voice, "Well, you are fired as of today." The guy's eyes go wide at my words, but he has not got a clue yet. He is about to pay dearly for making my sister cry. My name is Jack Wilson. After high school, I landed a job in the strategy department at Melody Instruments, a decent-sized music company. I have a sister who lost an arm. She just started working recently, but what is with the long face? I am in the break room, sipping coffee and thinking about my sister, who has been worrying me lately, when I hear a familiar voice behind me. Sorry for looking so down. It is not about work, is it? No, that face means it is about Lily, right? That is Sarah Brown, my coworker, same age as me. You got me. Bingo. As a reward, how about some advice? I do not know how that is a reward, but if it is about Lily, I guess I am curious too. She sits next to me, not hiding her annoyance, but she often chats with my sister by phone or text. Being both gals, it seems Lily confides in her about stuff she cannot tell me. You are not one to talk. Lately, I feel like she is getting closer to you than me. All right, enough with the jealousy. So what is going on with Lily? She brushes off my griping and prompts me to continue. I look down for a second, remembering my chat with Lily last night. The thing is, this weekend is Lily's first payday, but last night we had a bit of a tiff over how she is going to spend it. After dinner cleanup, as we are both chilling, Lily suddenly laughs while looking at her phone on the couch. What has got you so chipper? Because this weekend is finally my first payday. I am so excited. My sister, Lily Wilson. She just got a job recently, and this weekend is her first payday. Oh yeah, that is right. Have you decided what you are going to buy? If you want to go somewhere, I can drive you. Clothes, accessories. She probably has a wish list like any young gal her age. She may have lost an arm, but even without big brother bias, my sister is a real cutie. A little road trip is not a big deal. Yup, already decided. I am going to treat you to a fancy dinner with my first paycheck. Look forward to it. Huh. I cannot help but yelp at her words. Why does she have to use her precious first paycheck on treating me? Why do you want to waste your first paycheck on me? Is there not something you want to eat or buy for yourself? Come on, Jack. Treating you is what I want. That is what I have been working towards all month. What should we have? Barbecue? Sushi? Chinese? Maybe traditional is good too. Ignoring what I said, she is checking her phone one-handed, looking up well-reviewed places. I sigh for the umpteenth time. Seriously, why will you not use your hard-earned money on yourself? This is for myself too. I can't help but furrow my brow at her casual response. Of course, it's not that I'm not happy. What brother wouldn't be delighted to be treated to a meal by his cute sister with her first paycheck? None, I suppose. With my brow still furrowed as I fret, I apparently let my cheeks relax without realizing it. When I suddenly look up, I find my sister looking at me with a somewhat disappointed gaze, as if she had been watching me for a while. I don't get it. Remembering this, I briefly explained yesterday's conversation with my sister to Sarah. Still, it's her own and her first paycheck, right? You'd think she'd want clothes, shoes, accessories, all sorts of things. You say that, but your face is softening, big brother? I'm aware of that. Her teasing words make me try to cover it with a cough, but my happiness seems to show through anyway. Well, I understand how you feel. By the way, Lily asked me to let her buy me a present with her first paycheck too. It's a mix of feeling happy, feeling bad, and wanting her to use it for herself. It's quite the dilemma. Oh, so she said the same to you. That's exactly it. I'm happy, you know? But well, a paycheck only goes so far, right? So I'd be plenty happy if she used it all for herself first, and then only if there's anything left. The fact that you're not insisting she save some shows how easy you are on herself. I want to let her use her first paycheck however she likes. My earnings can cover our living expenses for now, and I'll gradually teach her about budgeting in the future. At this point, our conversation probably sounds like nothing more than doting siblings to anyone listening. Then let her use it as she likes, just like you said. Lily wants to treat you as her top priority. Isn't it a brother's duty to accept that? Besides, the first paycheck is kind of special, right? We can understand the feeling of wanting to use it for family or loved ones, can't we? As Sarah says this, looking at me with gentle eyes while picking up on my words, I feel like she was right. Come to think of it, I used my first paycheck to buy something for my sister. More than anything, I wanted for myself. That was the most important thing to me. You're right. Thanks. I feel better after talking to you. I'll let her treat me without reservation. Maybe to the point where there's nothing left for your gift. Hey, I need to tell Lily it's fine to take this guy to a cheap Chinese chain restaurant. As I watch my coworker typing an email, I decide to take a half day off for the weekend. Jack, hurry, hurry. This place has a great reputation. All right. We still have time before the reservation, don't we? You'll trip if you rush like that. And so, the payday arrives. Having successfully secured a half day off, I leave home in the late afternoon. After withdrawing money from an ATM, my sister carefully puts the bills in her wallet, and we head straight to the fancy restaurant she reserved. This place is known for its Japanese cuisine, of course, but they say the sushi they make in-house is absolutely exquisite. Oh, you often see Japanese restaurants with some sushi on the menu, but I didn't know they took it so seriously here. I'm looking forward to it. As we enter, the interior is elegantly designed, with several other customers enjoying their meals. Indeed, many seem to be ordering sushi. We have a reservation for 2 under the name Wilson. As I watch my sister adorably fumble through informing the staff of our reservation, we're guided to our table. Opening the menu, I see market price written in the sushi section. I can't help but grimace and whisper to my sister, Lily, this is bad. I've heard that when it says market price at a sushi place, it can be incredibly expensive. Huh? Jack, what's market price? How much is it? Market price is just that. It could be $20 per piece, or even $100 per piece. Your whole paycheck could disappear for one piece. Oh no, what if we don't have enough? We had been whispering this whole time, but it seems the waiter coming to take our order overheard. He's trying to hold back his laughter while looking away. Don't worry. While our menu does indeed say market price, we have today's prices listed over here. Oh, it's true. Hey, you definitely could have seen that from your seat, couldn't you, Jack? Your panicked face was too amusing. Sorry. You see, this restaurant has both counter and table seating, and we're sitting at a table facing each other. And in my line of sight is the counter, where the prices for the market price items like sushi are handwritten. You got me all worried. It's not like in comics where we eat and then can't pay. Oh, that was funny. I'm sorry for causing a commotion. Well then, Lily, what would you like? After apologizing to the waiter, we each order a deluxe sushi platter, along with some side dishes like miso soup and green tea. Soon our food arrives. Wow, it looks delicious. This is incredible. The miso soup gives off an appetizing aroma, and the sushi is especially impressive. On top of small portions of rice sit generously sized pieces of fish, asserting their presence. Before eating, I turn my gaze to my sister and formally express my gratitude. Lily, thank you for today. Congratulations on your first month at your new job. Thank you for spending your valuable first paycheck on me. Oh, stop, Jack. You're going to make me cry before we even start eating. I can't help it. Thinking about how my little sister has grown into a full-fledged adult It makes me emotional. Fighting back the tears welling up in my chest with a deep breath, I put my hands together. My sister does the same, and we both reach for our chopsticks saying, "Let's eat." We both widen our eyes at the taste, which exceeds our expectations, and start chatting about various topics while smiling. "So, how's work going? Are you managing all right?" "I'm fine. I sometimes make mistakes, but I'm getting used to the jobs lately. Plus, I'm getting more comfortable with my prosthetic arm." You were right. It was good to get the prosthetic arm beforehand. My sister, who lost an arm, has only recently started using a prosthetic. In fact, when purchasing the prosthetic, she insisted on buying it with money she earned herself. Yes, that was a few months ago. My sister, who had been avoiding facing her dreams since losing her arm, suddenly became positive about getting a prosthetic one day. "You've been supporting me all this time, always encouraging me not to give up on my dreams, right? I thought I couldn't achieve my dreams anymore after losing my arm. But I couldn't completely give up. And when you showed me that video of people achieving their dreams even with prosthetic arms, I decided I wanted to try hard too." It must have been a conclusion she reached after much contemplation and hesitation. Her eyes were a bit red, but her expression seemed like she had come to terms with a lot. "How about this one? It seems you can control it by reading muscle movements, and with training, you can move it just like your own fingers. Oh, I wish there were cuter ones. Like pink or yellow, or at least skin-colored. Maybe we can customize it? Should we ask the manufacturer? Wait a minute. Won't that be really expensive?" Don't worry. I have been saving up for this. As her brother, I'm ready to support her with all my might now that she's finally feeling positive. I was about to contact the manufacturer right away, but my sister stopped me. "No, I'll buy the prosthetic arm myself. Even if you say you'll buy it yourself, it's not something you can afford with your allowance, you know." "I know. That's why I'm thinking of working. I'm an adult now, and I think I need to be independent as a member of society. I can't keep relying on you forever." My sister's determination, expressed with a serious face, seems firm. Honestly, I want to spoil my sister who's trying too hard, but I should probably convince her first. "But if you're going to work, wouldn't it be better to have a prosthetic arm? You'll get used to handling it as you work." "Well, but how about this then? I'll advance the money to buy the prosthetic arm. Then you can work wearing it. And you can pay back the cost of the arm little by little from your salary." That sounds like you're not planning to actually take the money from me, doesn't it? No, that's not true. I might collect it like a debt collector. Doesn't sound convincing. But thank you. Can I rely on you then? I'll definitely pay you back, even if it takes time. Sure, please do. Also, please limit the repayment to $20 or less per month. I don't think I'll ever be able to pay it off in my lifetime. You're spoiling me too much. Well then, let's contact the manufacturer right away. And so, my sister ended up getting a myoelectric prosthetic arm that works in conjunction with her muscles. Furthermore, to ensure my sister could work comfortably, I used various connections and finally decided on a piano screw factory where simple tasks are the main job. I've talked to them about assigning you light tasks like machine management and carrying small materials. Heavy lifting or tasks that put a strain on your arm are still difficult for you. Oh, come on. I shouldn't be making such selfish requests when I'm getting paid. It's not a problem. Your part-time wage will be lower than other employees to compensate, so you don't need to worry about anything. If any other employees say something, tell me. You're being overprotective again. But thank you. I'll do my best, Jack. Still, being in a new environment with a prosthetic arm, she's likely to draw attention. For a while after she started working, I was worried as she came home looking physically and mentally exhausted from unfamiliar tasks day after day. But hearing my sister's words and seeing her smile, I can't help but let out a sigh of relief that she seems to have settled in. I still see her as my little sister, but watching her grow steadily through her own efforts makes me proud, though also a bit sad. Hey Jack, are you listening? It seems I missed part of my sister's story while lost in thought. Sorry. I was just reflecting on how much you've grown. Geez. Anyway, the other day. However, before I could hear the rest of the story, a male customer who had apparently been seated at the next table called out to my sister. Huh? Well, if it isn't Lily. What are you doing in a fancy place like this? His half-smiling, almost mocking tone makes me furrow my brow involuntarily. But before I can open my mouth, my sister's words, accompanied by a nod, revealed their relationship. Oh, Manager Bob, good evening. I'm having dinner with my brother today. Dinner? You in a fancy place like this? That's hilarious. Lily's expression and voice suddenly become gloomy. I forcibly smooth out the wrinkles between my eyebrows, put on the business smile I've acquired as a working adult, and greet him, abruptly cutting off the conversation with my sister. Hello, thank you for taking care of my sister. Today, to celebrate her first paycheck, she's treating me to dinner. We were just enjoying some sibling time. Ah, look, the waiter is waiting to take your order. Oh right. Noticing the waiter's presence at my words, Bob hurriedly takes the menu. As the waiter begins to explain today's specials, our conversation is successfully interrupted. Then, I turn my gaze back to my sister. Our plates are almost empty, but we could probably eat a bit more. I pick up the menu and hand it to my sister. All right, Lily. Shall we eat a bit more? My stomach still has plenty of room. Come on, Jack, go easy on me. As I peek at her teasingly with a smile, Lily starts flipping through the menu with a smile back on her face, and I let out a sigh of relief. Then, how about sea urchin next? Maybe I'll order some too. What? Sea urchin for you? That's too extravagant. Stick to egg. Just egg. Well, maybe I should choose something else. Oh, Jack, look, they recommend eel too. What? Eel is way above our station. Just eat some dried sardines or something. But maybe something else would be better. Ever since then, every time Lily tries to order, jeering comments can be heard, and other customers in the restaurant are starting to look perplexed. Her expression is getting darker and darker, and the hand holding the menu is trembling slightly. Tears are beginning to well up in the corners of her eyes. Hey, you've been going on for a while now. That's enough. Unable to contain my irritation, I grit my teeth and start to voice my protest. But Lily, sensing this, grabs my wrist and shakes her head. Jack, I'm fine, really. You know what? It's hilarious that a defective like you who can't even carry stuff properly thinks you can come to a fancy restaurant like this. Living the high life, aren't you? Perhaps with alcohol in his system, Bob spouts offensive words along with vulgar laughter. Suddenly, I remember the occasional scratches and bruises Lily would have on her legs and non-prosthetic arm. Carrying things? My sister uses a prosthetic arm. I believe we had previously informed you that while she can handle small parts, she should be exempt from heavy lifting. Huh? If the sister is defective, I guess the brother is cut from the same cloth. You think you can get away with being picky about what work you do when you're getting paid? The pay structure should reflect that. In fact, it seems my sister has been injured several times already. Humph, it's not like we're asking her to carry tens of kilos by herself. Is there a problem with having her carry what other employees can carry alone? Or did you, big brother, specify exactly how many kilos she shouldn't lift? Even small parts can get heavy when there are a lot of them, right? Did you discuss exactly how many she can carry? Well, that's... Indeed, we hadn't discussed it in such detail. But we should have reached some understanding when she was hired. Probably, this man has been forcing work on Lily unreasonably. Humph, don't you understand that a bottom-feeder defective like you doesn't belong in a fancy restaurant like this? Oh, I see. Maybe there's a discount for prosthetic arms. It seems Bob thought he had bested me in argument as he turned his attention back to Lily. Defective. At that word, the tears Lily had been holding back finally burst forth. The forced smile she had been trying to maintain crumbled, and as I heard a small sob, I was reminded of a certain traffic accident. She didn't choose to lose an arm, nor was she born that way. She lost her arm because she was involved in a traffic accident. It was 4 years ago in early March. Despite being early spring, it was bitterly cold that day, and the snow that had been falling since the previous night had caused patches of ice to form on the roads. Well then, take care and have a good day. I'll join you after my orientation is over. Lily, you've dressed up so nicely. Don't slip in the snow. If you get all muddy, you'll stand out in a different way. That's mean. I won't slip. My turn is second to last, so you better come listen, Jack. Yes, I know. It's your big day after all. As I tousle her hair, she swats my hand away, complaining that she had it styled. Today is the day of the music competition she is participating in. Unfortunately, I have a university orientation, so I'll be joining them later. I see off my parents and sister, then get ready and cycle to the university. Oh, so this is where I'll be going. As the time for the university's joint orientation approaches, my phone suddenly vibrates in my pocket. Although it's on silent mode, there's still some time before the start, so I move outside the auditorium and take out my phone to answer. Hello. Is this Jack Wilson? I'm calling from the police. Huh? The person identifying themselves as a police officer informed me of an accident where a truck, which had skidded on the snow, had crashed head-on into the car carrying my parents and sister. I'm sorry to say that your parents in the driver's and passenger seats. Your sister is severely injured and is currently undergoing emergency surgery at the university hospital. The location is. I listened to this surreal story as if I were watching some kind of drama, feeling completely detached. This can't be real. When I rushed to the hospital, I collapsed on the spot, seeing Lily sleeping in the ICU after surgery. I recalled the doctor's explanation from earlier. Your sister's life was saved, but her left arm was severely damaged, trapped in the seat. We had no choice but to amputate from the elbow down. Later, when she regained consciousness and I was allowed to see her, I still can't forget the words she spoke, still groggy from the anesthesia. Jack, did I survive? What about Mom and Dad? I was in so much pain before I lost consciousness. But now I don't feel any pain, yet I can't move at all. She had been aspiring to be a pianist. Losing both parents and her own arm, the shock must have been immeasurable. I see the anesthesia is still working. Look, just sleep now, and when you wake up, we'll talk, okay? Okay, Jack. When she woke up, she was informed about the loss of our parents and her arm. The despair of her, quietly shedding tears, is something I'll probably never fully understand. However, to be able to bear even a little of that pain, I continued to stay by her side. And so, I gave up my planned university enrollment and switched directly to job hunting. Huh? Jack, you're not going to university? No, even though we'll receive insurance money from Mom and Dad, I don't want to touch it as much as possible for your future. However, juggling an unfamiliar working life, supporting my one-armed sister's daily life, and managing all the household chores, there were soon areas where I fell short. And after about a week of buying convenience store meals on the way home, one day I returned to find an appetizing aroma tickling my nose first thing. I could hear Lily's laughter from inside the house. Lily, what on earth? Huh, Sarah, what are you doing here? Entering the living room, I saw a woman chatting with Lily. It was Sarah Brown, my current colleague and high school classmate. And on the dining table, homemade dishes that I hadn't seen in a while were spread out. What am I doing? I can't believe you've been feeding Lily, who's still growing, nothing but convenience store meals every day. I'm at a loss for words. Sarah, I actually like convenience store meals. Look at this. Making your sister be so considerate. I'm ashamed. Faced with a delicious-looking dinner, freshly cooked potatoes, soup, perfectly grilled chicken, boiled vegetables, and pickles, all I could do was groan. I can help too, you know. You should have asked for help sooner. I'll help with the housework for a while, so you take a break. And so, she not only helped with the household chores I wasn't good at, but also started counseling Lily, who was about to give up on her dream of becoming a pianist. While I had been trying to persuade Lily, who was hesitant about getting a prosthetic arm, not to give up on her dream of being a pianist, It was undoubtedly Sarah who gave her that final push. "Well then, you're fired as of today, Jack." My voice came out cold and flat, surprising even myself. It's a voice I never use in front of Lily. "Huh? What are you talking about? Why should you have the authority to fire me? What right do you have? Oh, I see. If the sister is defective, the brother must be defective too." Seeing Lily holding back her sobs with tears in the corners of her eyes, I furrowed my brow. Suppressing the urge to immediately punch Bob, who continued to speak mockingly right in front of us, I reached into my pocket. "Well, you're right. I think I might have some influence over the fate of someone who behaves so incredibly rudely. What do you think?" Saying this as I stood up, I took my business card from my pocket and slammed it down on Bob's table. "Huh? What's your business card supposed to?" "What?" The man's face visibly paled as he picked up the card. His eyes were fixed on the company name written on the card, his gaze alternating between the card and our faces. "Why are you?" "No, this is." "That's not." I mean, ignoring Bob, who seemed to want to say something, I gently took Lily's hand and helped her stand up. "Come on, let's go home, Lily. There's no point in staying here any longer. This guy ruined our special meal, so let's come back another day." "Wait, please." As if trying to stop us from leaving, Bob, face pale, reached out to me desperately. But I had no intention of dealing with him any further. I quickly settled the bill and left the restaurant without looking back at the man. On our way home from the restaurant, Lily and I visited the home of my colleague, Sarah Brown. After briefly apologizing for the late-night visit, I quickly explained what had just happened. "That's the situation. I'm sorry for the sudden request, but I can't let Lily continue working at that factory anymore." "I understand. Let's go to the factory together tomorrow." Her expression contorted as if seeing something painful when she looked at Lily's swollen face. Lily, who has grown close to her, clung to her, burying her face completely in her chest. I can't help feeling a bit envious, but now is not the time for that. The next day, I put on my work suit and, along with my anxious sister and Sarah, headed to the piano factory where Lily works. No sooner had we arrived than the factory manager, Bob, from last night's restaurant appeared. His attitude was completely different from that in the restaurant, perfectly fitting the description of bowing and scraping. I deeply apologize for my rude behavior the other day. I didn't realize you were an employee of our valued client, Melody Instruments. What is this apology for? You're only apologizing because I work for your client company, aren't you? To begin with, you should be apologizing to my sister, not me. Yes, Melody Instruments, where I work, is the prime contractor for this piano factory. By the way, Sarah, who came with us, is the daughter of the company president, and she's the one who introduced me to this job after high school graduation. And the reason Lily works at this factory is because Sarah's father, the president, approached the factory's management. Through Sarah, Lily and I have become close to the president, even in private. It was then that I learned that the president and my father had been old friends since their student days. When I heard he had been in an accident, I couldn't believe it. I'm truly sorry I couldn't even attend the funeral. Even now, the president's eyes were creased with pain, as if he still couldn't accept it. I owe your father a debt I can never repay. When I was hesitating about taking over the company, he listened to me talk until late at night and supported me. He dragged me, who had been avoiding talking properly with my parents, and forcibly created opportunities for me to talk to them face to face. And as if to repay that debt, he doted on Lily like his own daughter, and when she got this job, he made sure to emphasize that her working conditions should be carefully considered. However, even though this information had been passed from the management to the factory manager, Bob ignored it and behaved that way towards Lily. The president, who values loyalty and human relationships, was furious when he learned of this incident, even though it was Bob's independent action, and immediately decided to cease all dealings with this factory. I've already received instructions from my father that we will cease all business with this factory from now on. Please understand that she will be resigning as of today. No, please. Can't you reconsider somehow? You wouldn't have changed your attitude if we weren't your prime contractor. Your behavior at the restaurant yesterday is proof of that." As the man collapsed, pale-faced, at my words, factory employees looked on from a distance, wondering what was happening, but we had no further business here. I lightly tapped Lily's shoulder, who was full of surprise and confusion, and encouraged her with a smile. The three of us then left the factory. Shortly after, Lily quit her job at the factory. Coincidentally, the company I work for decided to start a new piano class, and she ended up working there as a piano instructor. I never thought I'd be able to work at the same company as you and Sarah. At first, you can start by teaching beginner-level songs that can be played with one hand to young children. I think it's perfect for rehabilitation too. Hey, I appreciate it, but this is still a new business venture. Won't the old man, I mean, the president, get angry if we treat it like rehabilitation? It's fine. Dad said it himself, that it's perfect for Lily's rehabilitation. The old man is still so easy on herself. That's right. Even when he helped her get the jobs at the factory, the president himself had clearly stated the conditions, like not letting her carry heavy loads. I feel like he's softer on Lily than on his own daughter. Well, let's take advantage of the president's consideration and get used to it slowly. Don't push yourself or hold back like before, okay? Yes. Thank you, both of you. I'll do my best. True to her word, Lily responded to the president's kindness with all her might. As a piano instructor visiting various places, she got used to playing with her prosthetic arm and quickly regained her piano skills. Perhaps because she was originally skilled enough to participate in competitions, she soon became able to teach advanced students without difficulty. And so, my sister eventually grew to be able to fully pursue activities as a professional pianist. Well then, see you later. I'll be watching from the front row. Okay, come with Sarah. Also, Jack, if you don't confess your feelings soon, someone else might snatch her away. Sarah is beautiful and very popular, you know. I want to call her Big Sister soon too. Lily, who had begun her activities as a pianist, left the house early by taxi for what must have been her umpteenth concert venue. Lily had known about my feelings for quite some time, but she's been urging me to confess already. Today too, when I said I was going to the concert with Sarah, this is how she reacted. Feeling strangely unsettled, I headed to the meeting place to go to the venue. Sorry, did I keep you waiting? No, I just got here. But you know, Lily has really grown up. Her concert tickets are sold out every day, and her instructor bookings are full for the next 6 months. Rather than looking relieved, you look a bit lonely, like she's become independent, big brother. Hearing this familiar information about Lily again, I furrowed my brow, unconsciously tormented by complex emotions. Well, I can't deny it. It's a good thing, but I feel like I can understand how it feels to give away a daughter in marriage. Speaking of which, I heard that Lily went on a date with that new guy from accounting the other day. What? I haven't heard about this. Well, she can't tell such a nosy big brother, can she? Lily's love consultation is my job as her big sister. While my heart stirs at the intolerable news of my sister's love life, the word sister reminds me of what Lily said earlier, and I feel a slight warmth in my cheeks. Just before the venue, I stop walking and look up at the sky once, then open my mouth as if searching for words. In the corner of my vision, I can see her turning towards me with a puzzled expression. Well, I guess there will be a lot of things she can't consult with me, a man, about in the future. So, how about you actually become her sister, or something like that? It's pathetic. Extremely pathetic. It's completely different from the confession scenarios I've simulated in my head countless times. If Lily were here, she would definitely scold me. As I lower my gaze to her, thinking at unprecedented speed about how to retract my words, I see her face bright red, covering her mouth with both hands. What's with that face? It's cute. At the words that escaped almost reflexively, she blushes even more and hits my shoulder with all her might. Idiot. What kind of half-baked pickup line is that? Do you know how many years I've been waiting? Well, you know, I was trying to figure out how to avoid the awkwardness after being rejected. Wait, you've been waiting? I don't know. She tries to walk quickly towards the venue, clearly upset. I gently grab her arm, pull her close, and look into her eyes at close range. I'm sorry. I love you. I have since high school. I want to date you with marriage in mind. By the way, if you accept now, you'll also get a cute, high-earning sister-in-law as a bonus. What's that? I can't tell which is the main point, but I suppose I can't let someone else take that cute sister away. I guess I have no choice but to date you. With marriage in mind, right? This rather ungraceful confession drama was successfully accepted. When I messaged Lily, sister acquired, before the performance, the opening song changed to the wedding march, confusing the audience, but that's another story.